Hello, let's talk about manifestation today. My name is Seidel Schultz and I'm a sound astrologer, but I'm going to take a step back from astrology today and really talk to you about manifestation because this is something that has been big on my heart and my mind for the last few days. And I've been just like really feeling, I don't know, intense and passionate about it. So I wanted to share my view and my opinion and like what has worked best for me with manifestation with you because it is so powerful. Okay, so typically with manifestation and manifesting, what I've heard in the self-development world, in the self-improvement world, is it's mindset and like having our mind in the right place and like really focusing on that thing. But I want to share manifesting from a different perspective. And if I might say a more powerful perspective, and I'll tell you why that is. First, we're actually going to talk about it through the mind. Okay. So, and like make sense of it, right? So, our body has two electrical centers. The first is in our mind, and the second is in our heart. So, our mind sends these electrical pulses throughout our body to tell our body what to do. Move your right hand, move your left hand, although that probably looked opposite to you. Like walk a few steps, chop the carrots, like all these things, except we don't necessarily think the directive to our body. It just, we think it and then it, or we don't consciously think it, but then it happens, right? So that's one electrical center. The second electrical center is that of our heart. So our heart, if you think about someone whose heart stopped, like the thing that they do is they shock them with electricity. They shock their heart with electricity. So that's our second electrical center in our body. Now, what happens is our heart pumps blood to the parts of our body to give our body the power to do that thing that we're wanting to do. So really, in order to manifest, we need both the heart and the mind, and working on the same page is by far the most powerful thing. But I really want to talk to you today about the heart and why it is that it's so important that we are manifesting with heart and not with just our mind. So let me share my screen. I want to show something to you. So the heart, the electromagnetic waves of the heart. So we're going to talk about those two things, the electromagnetic waves of the mind and that of the heart. So these waves are waves that come off the body and go out into the universe. So if you think like, what you sow, you reap, what you put out, you get back, karma, like all those things, what you put out, you get back, right? So if I think I have, a Maserati, right? But in my heart, I'm like, there's no way I can get a Maserati. It's like not even in my head, but like in my heart, I don't believe it. Then, like, both of those pulses are going out into the universe. And what I'm actually going to get back isn't what I'm thinking, but what I'm believing. Even if I get it back for just a minute, it might go away because the belief, the stabilization of that feeling is not there. So we're talking about the electromagnetic waves of the heart and the mind. So the electromagnetic waves of the heart have 50 times the amplitude and 1,000 times the strength. And let me see, I'm going to blow this up. 50 times the amplitude and 1,000 times the strength as that of the mind. So here's the heart down here. And here's the mind down here. So you can see 50 times the amplitude and 1,000 times the strength of the mind. So the heart has more than the mind does, right? Okay, so if we look at it like this, what does that mean? Amplitude and strength. So if we look at it in the terms of running, strength equals distance and amplitude equals speed. So how fast we can go and how long we can keep up that speed for. So if we say down here, we see our mind, if our mind can go 1 mile a minute, 1 mile per minute, and which we say like my mind is going a mile per minute, right? A mile a minute. So if our mind can go a mile a minute and we can keep up that pace for an hour, our heart can actually go 50 miles an hour and it can keep up that pace for 1,000 hours. That's kind of a big deal. That's kind of like a really huge deal. So when I'm setting a belief, when I'm setting a manifestation, when I'm setting something that I really want to work on, where do I want the power to come from? Am I like just setting it in my mind? No, because it can only the longevity of that can only last for a shorter amount of time. If I put it in my heart, which is where our feelings are, if we feel it and we feel it with our heart, like our feelings, and we sense it with our body, then it creates and it magnifies our ability to manifest. So I'm gonna stop sharing really quick. So I watched this fantastic reel the other day, and I'm going to have it linked in the comments. And the way he shared this concept was, imagine that you got a check for $1 million and you take it to your bank and you deposit it into your account. And obviously your bank is going to go like, this is a really large amount. So in order for you to for us to release the funds, we have to make sure that it's there and is in the other account. So it's going to take 10 days. Now, you're going to walk around for the next 10 days having that feeling of $1 million because you know that it's coming, right? You're not going to try to make yourself believe that you have $1 million. You're going to feel it and you're going to feel excited. You're going to probably act differently. You're going to feel happier. Like, there are certain specific feelings you're going to feel. Like, think about that. Like, if you had $1 million right now, or was it going to be deposited into your bank, another $1 million is going to be deposited in your bank, how would you feel? Like, emotionally? What sensations would you have going on in your body? That's the secret to manifesting. It's not just the affirmation. It's the feeling and the sensation that you have in your heart and your body. And the reason why that's so powerful is, again, as we go back to the science, because it has 50 times the amplitude and 1,000 times the strength as the electromagnetic waves of the mind. So whatever it is that you're looking to manifest, whatever it is that you want in your life, I want you to take a minute and sit down and visualize it and think about it. But the most important thing that I want you to do is feel it. What would it feel like emotionally for you to have that thing? What does it feel like? Imagine yourself having that thing. What does it feel like in that moment to have that thing? What sensations are happening in your body as you claim ownership of that thing, right? And as you, in that moment, acknowledge that you have that thing. What sensations are in your body? Now, there are a lot of really fantastic things that we can do to help support us maintaining that feeling. And one of the most powerful things that I like to do to help me keep that vibration or stay in that state is music, because music talks to all 4 parts of our soul. It speaks to our heart, our mind, our body, and our spirit. Like, when you listen to music, especially if you have, like, well, not even just if you have AirPods in or earbuds in, but you think if you have those earbuds in, right, it's like waving the little antenna from your eardrums, like all those are starting to wave, and then it creates a ripple effect through your body, and it will actually change the frequency that your body is sitting at, right? So it changes your physical frequency. Now, like, I'm sure you've experienced like listening to a song and it like makes you cry, or it makes you really excited, or it makes you really angry. So this song, choosing a song that represents or sits in that same frequency as what it feels like to have your desire, will help recreate that feeling and that emotion. So you're looking for a song that helps recreate that emotion, right? In your heart. And then it creates that sensation in your body. And then the lyrics will help you remember, it will bring to your mind that you have that thing, right? And it doesn't necessarily even matter what the words are saying, because it's lifting your body and it's lifting your heart. So it doesn't have to be a song that says, I have $1 million. Like, it's just thinking that Bare Naked Ladies song, like, if I had $1 million, I'd get a green coat, but not a real green coat, because that's cruel. and mac and cheese, like Kraft mac and cheese, like all these things. But it like listening to that song, it's uplifting. It's funny. So your song doesn't have to say $1 million. It doesn't have to say your goal. It's just there as like a trigger memory so that when you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, I have that thing. This is what it feels like to have that thing. And then you can say your affirmation from that state. And you can remember through the lyrics in the song, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like to be here, right? And then, and songs, like I say, the combination of the lyrics and the combination of the instrument together speak messages to your spirit. So you can like literally get downloads on what you need, what steps you need to take towards manifesting your desire so that you can have it. Like, oh my gosh, OMG, guys, OMG. Like, I have to tell you, this has worked time and time again for me. I love it so much. Listen to that song. So, this is your mission, should you choose to accept it. Your mission is to sit down and check in with your heart. What is it that your heart is truly desiring for you to manifest right now? You can like look at your heart, you can imagine your consciousness behind your like behind your forehead and then drop it as an elevator into your heart and just like really get into your heart space and ask your heart, what is it that I'm wanting to manifest right now? And then while you're in there, then you can feel with your heart and with your body what it feels like, what like the feeling and the sensation, the emotion and the sensation of what it feels like to have that thing. And then pick a song. Find your song. Let your song come to you. And then listen to that song on a regular basis. And that will help you manifest. So, happy manifesting. I hope you find the best song and you are able to receive the desires of your heart. Okay, till next time. Bye.